burgers.
Cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Bye-bye.
Cheeseburgers and fries.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburgers and fries.
Cheeseburgers.
Weird.
Watch out.
Burgers, cheeseburgers.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out.
You watch out.
Okay, Sissy, take this.
You watch
Throw it
out.
away. Throw the school bag.
Getting your bike out.
Bike out. Right there.
Lucky to be in love with my best friend.
You are lucky.
I know. I figured you wouldn't be too happy about that.
I'm not, but you're still lucky.
There's somebody creeping by. They're creeping.
No. Oh, rainbow. Oh, rainbow.
Oh, rainbow.
Look at the beautiful rainbow that Augie drew all by himself.
Yeah. Give me one more.
Who drew the rainbow?
I want.
Augie.
Okay. You give me. I can't.
Augie's
use
an
it.
artist. Hey.
Augie's such a good artist. I wish our other children were as good at artists as Augie.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, don't do it.
Augie, that was not nice.
I'm pulling this out.
One day I hope they all get into just a big old fist fight out here and one of them asserts their dominance over the other two.
Oh.
It'll be like Augie.
I doubt it.
It is so nice out here.
Rainbow.
Well, it was till you came out here.
You better sip it. I wish we still had a grill.
Rainbow.
We do. It's called a fire pit.
All the time. We had it up for an hour.
I love you, Daddy.
Love you.
I poop fly. Dog.
Petting Jakey. Him licking you.
Like you.
No, don't hold his head like that.
Boo boo. Boo boo. Ha.
Hey, Augie.
What? Huh? What?
Look. A video you.
A radio audio.
Ah! Hey, Augie. Augie,
What?
make your monster face. Ah!
I can do it. Foggy can hold your own bubbles. Let me help. I'll do it. Bubble buddy.
Bubble buddy.
That's Bing me. He's not letting me on the hammock, and there's enough room for me on the hammock. It's only 1 pound. Ah, darn it! I was aiming for the camera.
Who's the little baby?
Take a go for me.
Who's that little baby that has to wear in the hammock with Daddy? Is it you?
Jackie's licking my foot.
Not now.
He was, though.
Lay down, Jake. There you go, lay down.
Aww.
No. Jake! Ah. Oh, he's licking butthole.
Ow! Ow, my back! Oh, my back!
Come on, Jake, lay down. Come on. There.
Hmm? What?
Okay, guys, I thought I would maybe talk to you all for a minute here. Back a few months ago, I don't know, 5 or 6 months, however long it's been, I really don't know. We hit a financial snafu where about 60% of our income suddenly vanished. Since then, we've been making it. There hasn't been a month where we haven't been able to pay what we needed to pay, so it's been going okay. The problem is that we are making enough money to pay all of our bills. Just by being self-employed, just doing what we can do to make money. But that doesn't really afford someone the luxury of the things that you might want to do in life, you know. It sounds a lot more luxurious to stay at home every day, make up your own schedule every day, do whatever you want to do every single day. It sounds like some big luxury, but really it's pretty boring. I mean, when you get right down to it, after months and months and months of nothing, because you can't afford to really do anything. We go out to eat once in a while, but that's about it, you know. I can't really afford to do any work out there at the property or go forward with that at all. And so I've been thinking about getting a normal job. I don't know yet if I'm really into it or not, but I just think it would be nice to have some extra money above, you know, if our monthly bills total $560 and we make $580, like, yeah, we paid our bills that month, but what else do we have, you know? There's not really much else to go on top of that for, you know, random things, you know. I've had stuff in my life, you know. I've had motorcycle, and I had a 74 Nova, and I've had 77 Camaro, 92 Firebird, you know. I've had expensive toys and guns and all that kind of stuff. I've had that stuff before. But that doesn't stop me from still wanting that kind of stuff. So, and then it would also be nice to not have to save up for 7 months because, you know, Christmas is coming or whatever. And, you know, you have to, everything's so expensive now. Toys that would have cost, you know, $8 when me and my wife were kids are now $20, you know. Just for little Batman figures like $18 or something like that, you know. So you end up spending, you know, $500 per kid on Christmas stuff, and when you have 3 kids, that's a butt ton of money. When you only make $40 above bills each month, it doesn't quite add up. I mean, that, you know, that's not everything, but I don't know. I've just been thinking it might be kind of nice, because if we're making enough money now to pay our bills, that means if I were to get a normal job, every bit of my earnings would be basically extra spendable money. Money that can go towards, you know, buying my wife, you know, things that she might like to have, you know, maybe buy myself another carry handgun, put, you know, tons of money towards, you know, moving forward with the house project. And so I've been thinking it over, and really the only skill that I have, other than, I mean, I know how to do a lot of things. I mean, you know, I can build a house, for example, but I'm not skilled in that trade. enough to where, I could say, I'm experienced and can do it as a living. I know how to do it, but that doesn't make you a skilled person. But I do have a skill. I have a Class A CDL and a little over 2.5 years of over-the-road experience. I've driven over 250,000 safe miles with no tickets and no accidents. You heard me right. No tickets. Not even one ticket. In 2.5 years of driving professionally. Okay, that is very difficult to do. Not only do you have to obey different states' laws, you have to really pay attention because, you might cross over a state line, in one state, you're legal, and then the next you cross the state line and now all of a sudden you're not legal for some odd reason or another. Or, the highway lanes, like in California, going up grades and stuff like that, trucks have to be in the right-hand lane. If you're not, you'll get a ticket for that. So it's really hard. And not only that, you got to keep all of your logs straight. If you forget to even sign a log page, they can fine you $500. Just forgetting to sign your name on the bottom of your log sheet. So, I mean, you gotta really be on top of your game to go that long with no tickets and no accidents. The only bad thing that ever happened to me while I drove was my trailer caught on fire one time, and I pulled over onto the shoulder of the road, disconnected the tractor, and moved it up about 500 feet or so, and the trailer just sat there on the side of the road and burned. But that's really the only negative thing that really ever happened. So I have a valuable skill set. You can make a lot of money as a Class A driver. There towards the end of my driving career, I drove for an owner-operator that only had 5 trucks, and I was making $1,000 or $1,200 a week. So you can make quite a bit of money as a Class A driver. And so I've just been thinking, that's my only skill. That's what I'm good at. That's what I know. What can I do locally to utilize that? And I thought about, cement trucks and dump trucks and all that kind of stuff, but how do you apply to something like that? I really don't even know. So I was looking online and saw that the Lowe's here in town was hiring delivery driver, Class A CDL delivery driver. And I was like, well, I don't know about working for a corporation or whatever. I worked at Walmart a long time ago, and I didn't really like it, but I got to looking online at what the salaries are and stuff like that, and it kind of varies for my area, but generally it's between like $13 to $15 an hour, So I went ahead and applied to it, and a few days went by, and I got a phone call, and they asked me to come in for an interview Wednesday at 9 a.m., so I don't know, maybe I'll drive a delivery truck for Lowe's. That would be about an extra, after taxes, since I have so many children. They don't take many taxes out of my checks when I work a regular job. And so after taxes, I'd probably bring home about $2,000 extra a month of, basically spending money. So really, if it all worked out the way it should, I could possibly have the house done within 5 years. Because, even if I saved half of that, that's $12,000 a year that I can just put back and save. So, after 3 years, that's $36,000. That's enough to build a house. It might not be enough to totally finish the inside, but it's enough to build the standing structure and have it all dried in and sided and roofed and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. And then on top of that, with the Lowe's, you get a employee discount of a whopping 10%, which is kind of a slap in the face because anybody can go to the post office and get a change of address thing that has a 10% off coupon in it. So you're really not getting anything that the general public can't get. But anyway, it's 10% off, and then for 1 week in December, it doubles to 20% off for employees for that 1 week. So wouldn't be too bad. I don't know. Really, there's only one thing that's going to be a deal breaker for me. When I worked at Walmart, they gave me 2 days off a week, but it was split. It was like they gave me Monday and Thursday off. And I don't like that. And that's going to be a deal breaker. I probably will not take the job unless they can guarantee me 2 back-to-back days off per week. It doesn't have to be the weekends. It can be, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, whatever. As long as it's 2 consecutive days off back-to-back. That's my only number one stipulation, my deal breaker. But so I don't know how it's all going to play out. And if I don't get the job, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm way overqualified. Like I said, I worked at Walmart, and I was forklift certified there, and I ran a forklift there for months and months. So, I've got the trucking experience to drive the delivery truck. I've got the forklift experience to use the forklift on the back of the truck to load and unload the truck. And I'm a big old hoss that can lift a whole lot of weight. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But, I don't see why I wouldn't get the job. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty well overqualified for that. But at the same time, it's not driving over the road. It's home every day. It's an 8-hour work day or whatever. And I think it would work out all right. That may mean no more daily vlogs, but I don't think many of you will miss the daily vlog anyway. It was just kind of something to do, I don't have anything else to do all day. Might as well carry around a camera. But YouTube's been pretty good to me, though, so I'm not going to stop it. I mean, the YouTube channel's making probably $200 a month. Right at. And so I'm not going to stop it. I am planning on this summer regardless. I'm going to go ahead and just keep laying concrete blocks. It's going to be a slow pace. Obviously, it always has been. But, I can afford, a $5 bag of mortar here and there, I can't afford $2,000 worth of lumber to frame the whole floor or something like that, but maybe before long I might be able to. And not only that, but along the way be able to enjoy life a little bit, Buy another Smith & Wesson 40 if I want, or, another, Shadow 750 motorcycle if I want to, or buy my wife something nice or whatever. Take a family vacation once in a while or something, leave town. But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. And like I said, the interview's Wednesday at 9 a.m. So not tomorrow, but the next day. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. So it could mean a lot happier lifestyle. I know that. Like I said, we make enough now to pay our bills, and we're not going to stop doing the things that we already do. We'll keep right on doing that. And then so basically everything I make will just be, fun money or whatever, or, save half of it, or whatever. But it should help us get going on the house again and everything. Because every time we go out to her mom and dad's house, which is, you know, sometimes twice a week, every single time, oh, I want to be out here, I want to be out here, and she, you know, that's her, you know, she's all the time, oh, why can't we just move out here, and, you know, sometimes she just wants to get a trailer and move out there, and I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to get out there faster, but to live in some crappy trailer or something, we already have a 1,500 square foot house here, and it's a nice house, so, you know, why degrade a lifestyle, you know? I mean, I guess it's not degrading since you get a bonus of being out in the country, but at the same time, you know, it's still kind of a step down from what we already currently have that we don't pay rent on, so I don't think it would be very smart to move out there until the house is done. Another thing that's kind of got me down about the whole house thing out there is that stinking hillside, you know, that the whole property is just basically on a hill that's like that. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's not really usable for a lot of things. You know, it's hard to put in a garden on the side of a hill and water it evenly and stuff like that. You'll always have the bottom section a lot more wet for a longer period of time than the top section and all that kind of stuff. And building sheds and buildings and stuff like that is always kind of an ordeal. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So I thought I'd just let you guys in on that little tidbit. I wasn't even going to say anything until after the interview, until I knew for sure what I was going to do, but you know, it's a daily vlog, you know, it's I like sharing what I'm doing with you guys, so that's a big part of what I've got going on right now. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I'm pretty confident because, like I said, I'm pretty well overqualified for that. So I feel like I've got a little bit of weight in my corner. No pun intended. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog right here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.